doesn't have resources to go to the next custom office to check for that document authenticity. So what he said is something that Nigerian Customs Service experimented with sometime in 2016. We created a platform as a matter of fact. The idea was to make it look like a card, like what we have, like a recharge card, that if you just scratch at the back, you'll be able to know if a particular vehicle paid duty. But that program, if you notice that the Honorable Minister of Finance and the lady, I think when they came here, somebody so came around, we tried to launch that, but it didn't fly. And with what he just said now, I will remind management so that we can revisit that process. It is something that we need to do. I think some people like NAFDAC are already doing that. You buy a drug, you scratch the back, and with just the pin you have there, you'll be able to know if the drug is original or fake. It's not rocket science, and it's something that we need to do. And that's why we are happy whenever we are invited to forum like this, where we exchange ideas and learn one or two things that can help us innovate and improve. I also alluded to what I saw in Kenya, where the Kenya Revenue Authority will put a barcode on an item that you purchase to show that tax has been paid, and also help you contact the tax office if you are being cheated with pricing. So innovation is key to the development of every country. Thank you very much, Thank you.
That's a nice one, sir. I was scared when the controller raised his hand up for question. I was thinking, want to bombard Mr. Kalu, you know. So now leads us to our next question. Introduce yourself one more time.
My name is Innocent Delinka, publisher of the Radio. My question, various ways. First, we talk about collecting revenue from the informal sector, and the government is finding it difficult to achieve that. The method being used by the local government and touts in collecting money from the market women, why can't government build on that method and make it easier? Instead of making it, they give you a target. When you meet the target, whatever extra that is on it, because from my investigation, even from Agro, every one of them has a target. When they meet their target, whatever extra is what they are owed. Now the local government does the same thing. They contract the revenue collection to somebody and give the person a target. They can actually went to buy for one because I was investigating it. And whatever extra you collect belongs to you. Now, why can't the federal government or the government or state government build on that? Have a good system that when the market woman is being given a ticket, automatically her data and information is captured with that ticket that she buys daily, and the federal government or the state government makes money and their tax payment from that. That is one. Second question is to talk about research and investment in technology. Research and investment in technology for individuals are expensive. I invested my money in fraud. I once went to CBN and people were like, I took my money and I decided to invest it in fraud. I knew that this person was a fraudster. And that has to do with buying things online. I wanted to know how they think and how they work. For you to be able to catch a criminal, you have to either play a prey or think like a criminal. So I chose to play a prey. After all the mission, I did a story on it, and people were like, why would you put your money into it? I knew it was fraud, and I wanted to get information. And that information had guided me in talking to people. When you want to buy something online, you know how it's done, the main law. Now my money was lost. Though I'm trying to acquire knowledge. Which institution in government is willing to sponsor individuals for research and to push an innovational idea? What is your advice for people who have such interest? Thank you.
So, I take the next question, or you want to respond one after the other?
Thank you very much. So I'll start. So you talked about the ways, the crude ways of revenue collection, and why is government not innovating in that space? Well, they are. So sometimes, for example, we have built a complete cashless revenue collection system for the state and deployed it for as I was speaking to the Lagos State, I said many local governments are asking us to come and deploy what we've done. But there's nothing wrong in paying someone a commission for what they've done. So you can't say someone worked. It depends on the way that it's better. Remember that they're also being employed. It's better they're working. So if they're being paid a commission, it's not bad. But the way and manner that is being collected is being improved upon. And we automated that process. I don't want to go into all that we've done, but it's a complete automation. As a matter of fact, you just register in the house, you get a tax ID. Once you pay, you get a tax receipt, you get an alert on your phone that you paid. Even your enumeration and estimation of your tax, resulting tax is done. You see it by yourself. The problem is that many people are not even willing to pay tax. And it's a big problem. When we collect tax, what did I do? I keep cutting me. You don't want to pay tax. Nobody wants to pay tax. But the truth is this: we have to pay tax. The reason is, when we meet people, the market will say, pay your tax. What has government done for me? Why is government collecting tax? I said, okay, you know what? If you build this your shop and you start selling, and then someone drives the shop, after you have sold your millions and collect it without anybody stopping them and go home, who provides security for you to be able to sell? Okay, you know what? The road that the customer will drive, the government has not done anything, but somebody has driven to your shop to buy the thing. Who provided for that road? It's government. You want the government to do much more? I can go on and on. If you don't pay your own, how is government going to be able to do it? You have to pay your tax. Okay, you have to pay the custom duties. You have to pay because it's a critical avenue for government to generate money. All the developed countries, they will tell you how much tax they pay. That you jump back to the US. Do you know how much tax they pay to the UK? They pay serious tax, and that's why they are developed the way that they are. 80% of the informal sector, those even in the business, not paid. If you go to someone that has a boutique today, you want to pay money, it gives you his personal account. Almost 90% of them. Why? He's evading tax because he doesn't want to pay collect tax. You understand? So we have to change all that. So I want to go to the next point. Research and development. Who sponsors it? Having interacted with a lot of, Nigerian, but even as journalists, you have to think outside the box, and you're going to work to get the sponsorship that you need. There are many opportunities. If the government is not sponsoring you, most universities all over the world are privately sponsored by alumni, by corporations, and they have a unit that is responsible for driving revenue to sponsor them. You have to look for, you have to persist and get sponsored. There are many places you can pitch your idea. There are sponsoring journalists to do investigative and research into some of these systems. You have to go out and you have to persist. You create a proposal, you take to individuals, you take to organizations, you publish your work, you do crowdfunding, put your research, what you want to do. crowd. There are people that are falling victim to financial risk. They can pitch in $1, $2, $1, $2, and then you have the funds you need to do a massive research in what you want to do. So you have to just think outside the box. It's time for everyone, journalists, to be enterprising in the way you seek funding. Be innovative. There is so much money in the system. If you're not having enough, you just have to do something better to innovate the way you approach the enterprise of sponsorship. Thank you. Yes,